Embarkation day can seem like total chaos, but it doesn't have to be. The excitement of stepping on a ship and experiencing it for the first time doesn't have to be overshadowed by all the stress of embarkation day. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or this is your first trip, I have 10 tips to help make embarkation day a stress-free day. My very first tip is plan ahead. This is big for me. I probably obsess about it, but there's several things you can do before you even get to embarkation day that'll help embarkation day whiz by like a pro. One thing I would definitely recommend is check in online. That's probably the most important thing you can do. That's where you're going to put your credit card for onboard purchases, and also you're going to put in your passport information, your emergency contact information, any food allergies you have. Double check your bedding configuration on the ship. So all of that can be handled online before you ever get to embarkation day. Also online, you can choose your port arrival time, and that's going to be important, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. My second tip is arrange your transportation. Not all cruise ports are right by the airport, so whether you're arriving by train, car, airplane, you definitely want to think about this ahead of time. Sometimes you'll need a transfer between the airport or the train station to the cruise port itself. So kind of depends on who you're traveling with is my recommendation. If you're traveling with small children, cruise line transfers is a great stress-free option. That we don't have to worry about car seats per se. They usually use a motor coach. That way they can whisk you from either the train station, the airport, what have you, to the cruise port directly with all your luggage. And if you're driving to the port, definitely research your parking options before you get there. Nothing stinks like driving around the port, getting ready to board your ship, and having to find a parking space. That's just way too much. Book that ahead if you're gonna drive to the cruise port. Rideshare apps like Uber or Lyft can be a great idea. However, if you're traveling with young children, definitely keep in mind that you need to bring a car seat with you if they are of the age to need a car seat. My third tip is make sure you pack smart for embarkation day. Of course, all your checked bag is important, but the most important bag that you will pack is going to be your carry-on. You're going to want to make sure you have your boarding document, your passport, any medication that you need, and you may even want to pack a swimsuit if you want to be one of the first up to the pool deck, because it's going to take a while for that checked luggage to make it to your door. So definitely think about what you want to put in your carry-on, but the must, once again, is your either passport, birth certificate, photo ID. Definitely those need to be in there. I always recommend printing a boarding pass. You can have it on your phone, but not all cruise ports have the best cell or Wi-Fi reception, and sometimes pulling those up when you're already stressing out is just too much. So you don't want to worry about that when you get to the port. So another tip there is have 2 forms of your boarding pass. Medications, obviously, because in case your suitcase gets lost, you don't want to be without those. Swimsuit, that's up to you. I never pack it, but that's an idea. Also, one thing I like to do is print my luggage tags ahead of time before I arrive to the cruise port. And I buy little cruise or luggage tag plastic sleeves. I have the Amazon link down below for the ones I use. It's great. They don't get ripped off. That way, make sure your luggage gets to your stateroom. My fourth tip is book your dining, your shore excursions, and entertainment ahead of time. This is something that's going to save you a whole lot of time and hassle on embarkation day, because a lot of people will wait till the last minute and go to either the dining or the dining reservations or the show box office and try to book what's remaining. But if you've already done it online, that's one less thing you even have to mess with. So definitely your specialty restaurants, book that ahead of time. Theater shows and comedy acts, definitely want to get that ahead of time. Excursions, those sometimes will sell out for your favorite things, so you don't want to be left with just the random walking tour around city, unless that's your thing. I did that in Victoria, Canada. Absolutely love it, so no shade on those walking tours. But booking in advance will guarantee your spot and help expedite your embarkation day. My fifth tip is an important one. However, I understand not everybody has the ability to do this, but if you can, I definitely recommend it, and that is to arrive to the port city a day before the cruise, especially if you're flying. That way, if you have a delayed or canceled flight, it gives you enough time to change your travel plans in order to help cover for that. So this way you can avoid the stress of, am I gonna make it to the ship? Am I gonna lose out on all this money that I spent? You don't wanna do that. So just arrive a day early if your time off of work or what you're doing allows that. That way it'll be one less thing you have to worry about. Another reason this is so important, especially if you're traveling to a different time zone than you're accustomed to, if you arrive a day early, it gives you a little bit more time to acclimate to the local time. And also if the weather's different, you can help acclimate to the weather a little bit. That way it's not such a shock on you. My biggest tip is number 6, which is arrive to the cruise terminal as early as your travel plans allow. This way you're one of the first in line and you can get through and get on the ship and enjoy it before the crowds get large. So when you do your online check-in, you can select your port arrival with many cruise lines. And when you do this, I always try to book the earliest that aligns with my flights and my travel plans. So that way I'm there, get it done, get the check-in process, and get to my vacation as quick as possible. A couple benefits of arriving to the terminal early is the lines through security are going to be shorter, but also keep in mind if you arrive to the port early that there is a possibility that you're going to have to wait in the terminal before boarding the ship, because the previous vacationers need to gather their things, get off the ship, and the crew need to get the ship ready for your vacation. So bring your patience and kick back and relax. You're on vacation after all. My 7th tip is avoiding the buffet on embarkation day. The reason I say this is that is where everybody's going to head to when they board the ship. They've been traveling, everybody's hungry. Everybody's going to head to the buffet. However, many cruise lines have the main dining rooms open, which is a much more intimate, relaxed sort of vibe going. So you can sit down, enjoy a meal, and not have to worry about all the suitcases that everybody's carrying on board and the chaos of the buffet. Also, another idea is look around the ship for the smaller dining venues. Like for instance, on Carnival Cruise Lines, Guy's Burger is an option, the Blue Iguana Cantina, just for instance. Those are usually open on embarkation day. I know on Royal Caribbean, the main dining rooms are sometimes open. Those dining options is a great place to stop in and enjoy a meal without all the chaos of the buffet. Cruise tip number 8 is the most important one that you're going to experience on embarkation day. The ship can go nowhere without this one, and that is make sure you go to the muster drill. A lot of cruise lines have made this easier in this day and age with the apps and online videos where you can watch most of it on your phone, your computer at home. So definitely do that, and then once you get to the ship, go ahead and go to your muster station, have them scan your key card. That way you get that out of the way, because the ship's going nowhere without you doing that, and they're going to be chasing you around the ship to get you to do that. So just get that out of the way. It's quick, easy, and it only takes a few seconds of time, and that way you can get on to the better things of your vacation. So definitely make sure you get that muster drill done. That way you can enjoy that vacation. My 9th tip is make sure you explore the ship on embarkation day. This is going to be your home away from home for the next several days, so definitely go around, check out the ship. Even if you've sailed other cruise ships before, not every ship is built the same. They're all different, so definitely go out there, find your key locations like the pools, the dining areas, and different entertainment venues that you might enjoy throughout the trip. And hey, you might even find some hidden gems around the ship. Every once in a while I'll find a hidden outside deck area that's quiet and away from the chaos of the ship, and that is just one thing that is just nice to find and enjoy the tranquil outdoors. So definitely check that out. And also it's great to just get familiarized with the layout of your cruise ship. That way you can enjoy your vacation and just know where you're going. It's kind of important to know the layout of the ship, in my opinion. You can familiarize yourself with the cruise ship ahead of vacation. There's several websites online that you can check out deck plans, as well as through the cruise line you can check out deck plans. That way you can kind of see what you want to check out once you're on board, and then when you're on board, go find those places. So my 10th tip is bring your patience. Even with the best planning, things can still go wrong. So delays happen, mistakes happen, everybody's human. So everybody, and sometimes fellow passengers or even crew might not be as efficient as you like, but a little patience does go a long way, and sometimes in the long haul is rewarding. So definitely take a little grace and be patient with everyone. You'll be on board soon and enjoying your vacation. Embarkation day doesn't have to be stressful. With these 10 tips, you can be off to enjoying your vacation in no time. Did I miss any of your favorite embarkation day hacks? If so, drop them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to check those out and help somebody else out. Hey, it might be something I missed on this list, but let's share. And if you found this information helpful, definitely hit the like and subscribe. And in a small world, travel's large.